Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, a TV show amazed millions. Then, everything changed when I found out my friends hadn't seen it. Only Netflix, master of all forms of streaming, could help them. And when we needed it most, it added all 3 seasons. Not even 100 seconds passed before I convinced my friends to start it. And although their binge watching skills are great, they have a lot to go before they've completed the entire show. But I believe that they are going to love it.
That intro is my favorite one.
It's so dumb.
No, it's brilliant. I love it. It's my favorite. I think you should.
You know what they say? If it's stupid, but it works, then it wasn't stupid.
I think
Absolutely.
we should do an entire episode where it's just an intro that keeps going, and it's
Just for a full hour.
yeah. That's it.
That would be a good April Fool's Day prank one year.
Well, now you gave us away.
Not if we do it on April 2nd. Okay.
An intellect.
This is a podcast where I'm making these two lovely people watch Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time.
Indeed.
And because I'm cruel, I'm not letting them watch too much at once so we can talk about it.
Honestly, I prefer slow burn over a binge.
Yeah. I don't.
I understand your pain, Nora.
Say
at
the
least
line,
after-
Jarron.
At least after this, you can watch 3 more episodes.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
Immediately after this, I'll watch 3 more episodes.
All right. But before we get to that, we have episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Book 1 to talk about.
Indeed, we do.
The Warriors of Kyoshi, The King of Omashu, and Imprisoned. And this is pretty much where the show starts to get very episodic. So it kind of doesn't matter the order we talk about these. Do you guys have one that you're itching to talk about?
Doing them in order would work better, honestly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Jarron, you have to say the line.
Oh, yeah, who the gosh darn heck are we?
I'm Daniel Hudson.
I'm Nora Jones.
I'm Jarron. You know who I am by now, I guess. I don't know, unless you don't.
Well, we have to say it every time because if they didn't know who you are, there'd be no point in you saying the line.
Fair.
Wait. We got to get better at doing that at the beginning again.
Yeah. I mean, it was close enough to the beginning. Close enough.
Close enough.
Okay. So, episode 4 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Warriors of Kyoshi. Aang gets the gang to
The Aang gang.
That was good.
Gets them to stop at a place called Kyoshi Island so he can ride elephant koi. These massive, massive fish. He's mostly doing it to try and impress Katara. And he gets real upset whenever she doesn't pay attention to him for longer than 2 seconds. He's a child.
He's a child.
It gets a little dangerous. There's a beast in the water called an unagi, so Aang gets the heck out of there. And they're about to leave before they get ambushed by the Warriors of Kyoshi. Title drop. Dun, dun, dun.
Who were all ladies.
Ladies, which agitates Sokka quite a bit.
Yeah, what the heck? I was starting to think Sokka had made a turn, and then he turned back into a sexist pig.
So, we can get to him in a sec. And shows the town of Kyoshi that he is, in fact, the Avatar, which also makes him the reincarnation of a past Avatar named Avatar Kyoshi, who they are big fans of in Kyoshi, on Kyoshi Island.
Yeah, they have a statue of her and everything.
Yep. So, they decide to stay on the island for a little bit. Aang takes quite a shine to all the girls on the island. The humble monk. Katara might be a little jealous, might not be. And Sokka tries to prove himself better than the Warriors of Kyoshi. Falls flat on his face doing so. but he apologizes properly, and Suki, the main warrior, decides to train him up a little bit. Everything seems to be going well until Prince Zuko catches word that they are, in fact, at Kyoshi. And he goes there and he starts doing his firebending thing, which is very rude, sets the whole town on fire. Aang realizes that sticking around as long as they did is pretty much what brought this on the town, so everybody decides to leave, and Zuko goes with them, goes after them. But before Aang can truly leave, he jumps back in the water, grabs the Unagi, and forces it to put out the fire, so we can do at least one nice thing for the town again. And that's the episode.
Indeed.
I think this episode was maybe my least favorite of the three, but I still liked it. I just thought the other two were.
You just
it was my favorite of the three.
Big ol' sexist.
Oh, I mean, I guess that too. I don't know. My favorite one was I think it was the next one with Boomy. Boomy is a queen, but we'll get there. No, this one was really good. I have no complaints though, but I just found the other stories, I guess, more captivating. Except for the warrior princess queens, they were slaying the game. We should just have them throughout the whole show, showing everyone up because they were great.
I was certain you were going to say they were queens.
They are queens.
All of them.
They are. They tried to make Sokka a queen, but I mean,
he got a little better at fighting, which won't hurt.
yeah. Because
He
stopped being a
killed in that
sexist
dress,
pig
too.
for 2 seconds. Ugh. I really had hope for him. Please tell me this is not him the entire series, because I can't.
Don't worry, this is a series that has characters who undergo arcs and change for the better.
Excellent.
We love
But
that.
yeah, the whole Sokka being sexist, it is very much a product of the show being part of the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
Because you really don't have characters like that today, at least not in good shows.
Yeah. I mean, but I do appreciate every time it happens, he immediately gets like shut down. They don't allow
He
it to
does.
linger. Like most mid-2000 shows would just do a funny bit joke about it.
Yeah, no, he is properly punished for his bad actions.
Yeah. And there's always amazing women to just show him up in this show.
Yeah, when he's being a little garbage boy stink man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much the Sokka side of things. He does get a little kiss though. Good for you, Sokka.
Yeah, bro, it's more than I get.
Aw.
Dang, that took a turn. Sorry, Jarron.
The line Suki says right around there is also something I appreciate. Like when he says, I was treating you like a girl, I should have treated you like a warrior. And she says, I am a warrior, but I'm also a girl. And I'm also a girl.
Yeah.
That's great.
The word there is important.
That's a great little message.
It's not an argument that they're mutually exclusive. It's an argument that you can be both.
That line was iconic. I'd like it sewn on a pillow.
Why a pillow?
Everything that I find iconic or legendary, I like to think that as an old lady, I will sew them on pillows and just have quotes of icons around my house.
All right, give
That's
it 50 years. You as an old granny.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bake cookies, make my grandkids really fat, and sew quotes that no one will know what I'm referencing on all my pillows.
Yeah. Right. So also, if the first 3 episodes hadn't clued you in, this one pretty much drives it home. Aang likes guitar.
It's cute.
Oh my gosh.
It is cute.
I remember being young once.
You're 23.
I turned 24 in August. That's officially old.
No.
It's true. You'll have gray hair before you know it.
No, you're not old. You're just not.
Okay, we'll have that discussion later.
Oh,
We'll have that discussion in August.
Ha ha ha. I have an Avatar question.
Shoot.
Okay. Is Momo the lemur monkey looking thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I like Appa better. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Olivia was so sure you would like Momo over Appa.
Momo's kind of like just chill. Like he's fine. He's cute. But Appa is a queen.
My favorite
Who's the
Momo
one
this
Olivia
episode.
says I'll like Toth or whatever?
Toffee? What?
Toph.
The character Olivia says I'll like.
Oh.
Yeah. I wish you would stop, spoiling.
And we don't know who they are.
I don't know who
It's
it
fine.
is. I just know the name, Toth or whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
But now you're on the lookout for a character named Toph.
I think it
All
makes
right,
it
fair.
more interesting. It's
Speaking
like
of names, we got a name drop for the Fire Lord. He's Fire Lord Ozai.
This is true.
Ozai. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zuko's. Also,
Basically confirming he is the big bad.
yes, he is.
That did confirm that.
Speaking of Zuko, great Zuko moment early on when he's trying to meditate and all that.
Yeah, and Iroh comes in. He
I
takes the
love-
bathroom.
I love the joke about, Uncle, how am I supposed to catch him? He's clearly a master of evasive maneuvers. And then we just cut to Sokka. You have no idea where you're going,
That was
do
a
you?
great cut.
Yeah. That was good. I forgot about that.
There's some wonderful humor in this show.
Yeah, they're really good at using editing and the timing with that, and really just the montage in this episode with all the girls and Aang.
Yeah. One particular thing I like is Aang's facial expressions when he's showing off.
Oh yeah, he had some good ones. He was real proud of the marble trick.
Yeah. Oh, and he tries to show it off again, and they're like, "Oh, we've already seen that."
One of my favorite jokes from this episode that's always like stuck in my head for whatever reason since I was a kid was the painting gag,
Yeah.
where that poor painter is just like trying to get this job done.
And
Every
more keep
he
showing
looks,
up.
there are more girls crowding around Aang, and finally he just gives up.
Mood.
The look on that man's face is pure exhaustion.
What was the little thing Aang was spinning in between his fingers?
Oh, those were marbles.
Marbles?
Oh, I thought it was a fidget spinner. I'm not joking. That's what I thought he had a fidget spinner. But now I'm thinking about it. I don't think fidget spinners were really a thing when the show came out.
Oh,
Oh no.
no.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of fidget spinners, when Daniel went to England, he brought me back a Union Jack fidget spinner.
I had to get at least one gag gift.
I realize now that me thinking Aang was spinning a fidget spinner wasn't really that smart, but that's what it looked like.
Well, now you've like got it nailed down in your head. The show is from a pre-fidget spinner world.
Yeah. My bad. Thanks for helping me realize that, because y'all said something and I went, wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, also, just one last thing. It's going to be an element we'll see later in the show, but we get to see the Zuko's rhinoceros.
Yes. When he said, "Where are my rhinos?" I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, there's some awesome creature designs in this show. And I just love the rhinos. They do come back time and again. And they're great.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I believe that's all I've got to say on the Warriors of Kyoshi.
I really liked it. There was more character development in it. While I noted while watching it that it started to feel more fillery than the first 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind filler if it suits character development and just fun things for the characters to do.
Yeah, see, some people hate filler, but I don't mind filler.
There's a long history of filler where when it's used in anime, it's usually diverting from the original source material because they're trying to milk the show for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So in a technical sense, the show has no filler because there's no source material to diverge from.
Yeah.
At the same time, I get the impression, like, yeah, I understand you're filling out the runtime. You got 26 or 20 something episodes of a season. You don't want to use everything up right away. Like,
Well, I normally don't mind when a show is brief, when there's a low number of episodes a season. Now, one time filler got annoying was during a particular stretch of Steven Universe episodes.
Dang it, don't say it. I knew you were going to say it. I knew it.
Where the plot just wasn't moving at all, and there was like several Steven bombs of filler episodes.
Listen, I may be the only person that thinks it, but they're beautiful. Steven Universe.
I wasn't saying they were bad. I was just saying it got a little bit annoying because I was wanting the plot to move.
Yeah, you were 100% right. But also, I think every episode is perfection, and I have
Those
no
are
reason to think what I
bold
do.
words.
It's perfection. Listen, perfection.
Nora.
It's perfection, and they could literally do 1,000 episodes of filler, and I wouldn't care. It's just, I just love that show so much. I have no reason or backing up for it. That's just my statement.
All right, back to another show.
Yeah. I just had like one note on that where I think Avatar is going to be, for you guys, a show that doesn't need to be brief. Like, this is a long adventure series.
That's what I was starting to note, particularly by the imprisoned episode.
And I mean, like, they do set you up for that. Like, our first goal is a journey from the South Pole to the North Pole. Like, that's not going to be brief.
That's a span of Earth.
I honestly thought the show's pacing so far is very good.
Yeah.
Because there are, I know, like, moments like Steven Universe where there's too much filler, but I've seen shows where I thought they kind of went through the plot too fast, in a way. If you've watched Infinity Train, it's a great show. It is so good. I honestly thought they could have made the first season into 2 seasons, but I see why they did it. That's a totally different conversation. But
you would hope a show called Infinity Train would be a little long, but I guess not.
Well, I see the reason they did that is because the second season is like a kind of a totally different story. But
it's an anthology show.
Yeah, and it's great. If you are an animation fan, cartoon fan, you need to go watch that show. It's wonderful. But I thought it was actually a little fast-paced. They could have slowed it down, and I think this show's a good in-between of those two. I'm very happy with the pace of Last Airbender.
Speaking of in-betweens, why don't we move on to the episode that's in between the first and last?
You're so good at transitions, Daniel.
Segues are weird. Anyway, this is the King of Omashu.
The best character so far.
He was great, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So...
Besides Appa.
Besides Appa, of course. So, our Yang arrives in the Earth Kingdom. We're in a city known as Omashu. It's a place that Aang visited among his many travels when he was... I was about to say younger, but...
technically younger. Probably a few weeks or months for him. About 100 years.
But anyway, this was the old stomping grounds of his friend Bumi, who was a mad genius who came up with a lot of fun things to do. And Aang shows Sakura one of those fun things, which was using the city's mail system as a roller coaster.
Because why not?
Brilliant. Brilliant, man.
Fun little sequence there that ends in some property damage. The three of them are taken to the King of Omashu to be given judgment for the crime of destroying cabbages.
My cabbages!
They are
So-
really passionate about cabbages in that kingdom. They're
Oh,
serious.
They don't futz around when it comes to that. But the king decides not to cut off their heads. Instead, he throws them a feast. During the feast, he shows off how weird and kooky he is, but he also exposes Aang as the Avatar. And he decides to give the Avatar 3 challenges. First is grabbing his lunchbox key from a waterfall, which Aang manages to do after some trial and error. The next is recovering his pet Flopsy, who Aang learns is a giant monster.
Not a little rabbit.
A beautiful creation. Beautiful.
Beautiful creation. And the final challenge is a duel. Aang challenges the Earth King to said duel. Was a mistake on Aang's part.
Yeah,
He's
because he had the
jerk.
option of 2 dangerous-looking warriors, and then the frail old man.
It turns out the frail old man is cut and is
Yeah.
extremely dangerous.
Turns out the frail man is Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Appropriate, given he's an Earthbender.
Oh dear.
Ha 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 ha.
Aang manages to prove himself in battle, so the Earth King decides, okay, you're almost done. You got to answer one more question, or else your friends are going to be covered in Genomite, the creeping crystal. So he asks Aang if he knows the Earth King's name. After thinking about it for a bit, Aang realizes that the Earth King is actually his old friend Boomy. And there's a touching little reunion there before they go off.
It was sweet, yeah.
You know, I just realized that he literally almost like killed his friends, and then they're all chill with it at the end. Like, I just realized that it's like, hey, bud, almost killed your friends. Don't worry about it. Have a nice trip.
Well, he almost killed them, quote unquote, by encasing them in rock candy.
Yeah, they would have died eventually.
Oh.
He would have eaten the rock candy and freed them.
That sounds traumatic.
Probably, yes.
There was-
It's like Boomy says, messing with people is pretty fun.
I love that delivery when he said that. That was great.
I know. You thought the child voice actors were great, just the adults are also very good.
Yeah, absolutely. The voice acting across the board is fantastic.
It is.
And there's some perfect jokes with that too. Like, wait, I've got it. He's an Earthbender, right? Rocky.
Yeah. That had me laughing.
Yeah, the first episode.
The
I was
awkward
happy-
silence after he...
We're gonna keep trying, but that is a good backup.
Yeah, the first episode I was like that we recorded. I was a little hesitant on some of the voice acting, but no, it's great. I take it back. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, like with a lot of child voice actors, they will find a real groove later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But to be this good this early on is definitely an accomplishment.
Yeah.
So yeah, any big notes for King of Omashu episode?
He's a queen.
Well, yes.
He's a king.
Queen.
He's a king, but also a queen.
Mm-hmm.
He was fun. I liked him a lot.
I
Yeah.
strive to be Boomy when I'm old.
Yeah, I would hope I'm like a cool old guy.
As you're hearing,
When you're
I have-
112, you want to be that fit.
Oh,
Yeah.
heck yeah. When I'm almost 24, I'll be that fit.
as you can hear, I have a lot of goals for when I'm a grandmother, and I already listed several earlier. But
Wants to embroid pillows and be rocking a 6-pack.
obviously,
So this was our first episode that really let us see some earthbending action.
Yeah,
Now, we've technically seen all of the elements.
and eventually we'll see Aang use all of them, I
Are
suppose.
you sure? No.
yes, I'm sure. Don't
I was
like
understating
that.
as a joke.
Yes. Yeah. Of the 4 elements, I think my favorite to just watch is probably earthbending.
Really, I'd go with
Really?
water.
I
Well,
haven't seen enough water, but from what I've seen of water, I think I agree with Jarron.
well,
The concept of water just sounds really cool.
fair is fair. Waterbending is also really great. Also, fair is fair. I've seen the whole show, so I know a lot of the earthbending stuff to come.
I think
But-
the earthbending we've seen so far has been kind of lame.
What, you didn't like that shot where the rock's flying towards Boomy?
Okay,
He just
listen.
takes a stance and lets it morph around him into just dirt until it's gone.
Okay, it was good. Like, it wasn't bad, but I am imagining.
Or when he
better.
gets up, then he like makes that craggly wave, and he's kind of just like balancing on it for a moment before he sends it towards Aang.
Oh, but I have a.
When
I
he
have
falls
another
into the
question.
ground and leaves like just a
Okay,
little
it was
impression.
cool. It was
he just-
cool. It was cool. I'm sorry.
I could go on, Nora.
I'm sorry. I take it back. But I do have a question because I was watching them. Okay, so well, this is not this episode yet, but I'm gonna skip ahead. So the next episode where they're in the Earth prison, and like that's the next episode, right? We didn't already.
Yeah.
About. Okay, yeah. They're in. Okay, there's prison, and all the Earthbenders are there, but they can't do anything because there's no earth around them because it's metal, which means that they have to have like earth beside them to summon earth powers. But firebenders just make fire come out of them. They don't have to have fire be there. So why is
This is correct.
So what
Why-
you're saying is there is no water in this air. What's your excuse? You run out of muscle?
So there was an earlier line in the earlier episode that does kind of explain this. Iroh's teaching Zuko. Basically, how it works for firebenders, as they breathe in, they turn the oxygen into energy. The energy can become fire.
what the heck? That's not fair.
They're the
Oh.
bad guys. They don't play fair.
Well, why can't I just say I am from Earth? I put out Earth. Bam, Earth.
There is okay. When I was a kid, I had like one of the art books from the show, and it would go into some like further details about the powers and stuff. One of the things Earthbenders can do, it's not a spoiler to say this, but they can like have their bones kind of act like stone, so they can climb up walls made of earth.
Oh, that's cool.
What the heck? What kind of Spider-Man ripoff is that? That sounds awful. What? They just like do. Okay, I have so many questions. Do they? do they like turn into slime and like slither up the wall, or do their bodies literally turn into rocks and you just see rocks defying gravity rolling up against the wall?
No, no.
I don't understand. I don't understand that at all.
Does it make more or less sense than turning air into fire?
Less. I don't understand. What? Wait. So you're telling me they can't summon their earth-bending powers on their own, but they somehow still have earth in their bone to make them turn into rocks, yet they can't summon a freaking plant on command?
Why would they be able to summon a plant?
Because
Yeah.
firebenders can summon fire. Earthbenders should be summon whatever they want. A plant, a tree, a rock. I don't know. Can they not summon plants?
No,
Doesn't
No.
seem like it.
no, they don't. They don't do plants.
I'm sorry. Earthbenders are by far the most disadvantaged benders. I said it. They
Probably.
I was thinking it. Like
Unless you want to start a freaking earthquake.
Yeah, they can do that.
If there's earth around,
Yeah.
they're in the ocean.
If there's no water, you can't waterbend. If there's no air, you die, and you also can't airbend.
Wait.
I
if there's
mean,
no-
there is a surface at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh wait, so if you're a waterbender, can you not bend if there's no water around?
Well, if you don't have water to bend, then you don't bend.
They can't just summon water?
No.
Oh
Why
my
would they be able
gosh,
to
they're
summon-
all so weak. What is the point? Oh, never mind. The waterbenders are screwed. What if they're in like Nebraska or something? They're screwed.
Yeah,
They have nothing.
and that's when
God.
the Earthbenders would kick their butts.
Well, what? There's water in the air, right? Why can't they summon that?
If they're advanced enough, they can, but if the air is like super dry, they can't. There's a lot of like minutia about the powers you can learn.
I'm really fascinated with the lore and just how everything works.
I'm angry now for some reason.
You're angry.
Don't.
He's giving off a
That
little
is a U tier pun, and you know it.
Yeah, it was. It was good. I've slapped my knee for you. But that means, okay, basically the airbenders and the firebenders are basically supreme because fire can just summon whenever they want, and air
And
is
can burn
everywhere.
anything.
But wouldn't, if the airbender went against the firebender, wouldn't the air just make the fire bigger?
unless they take air away from the fire and make it smaller.
That
Yeah.
seems too much work. And the whole air thing seems rather, like, I know you could do a tornado, but watching Aang do it, that took way too long. Like, that, I'm sorry. I get why
He's
the
still
firebender-
learning.
It took forever.
I mean, if you could just make a tornado in half a second, that just ends every fight.
Exactly. But, so I get why the firebenders are the villains and they're supreme. It's because they literally have every advantage because the rest of them suck.
That's
Right.
part of it.
Yeah, that's so unfair. What the heck? What the heck?
I wasn't sure when I was going to talk to you guys about this. So there's a live-action Last Airbender movie.
I know about
by
this.
M. Night
I
Shyamalan,
saw commercials for it.
directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh dear.
In that movie, they do change the lore so that firebenders can only bend if fire exists nearby.
Okay.
That sucks.
And it makes them so unthreatening and lame, it's hilarious.
Yeah. That would totally be like that.
Well, now they know how the frickin' waterbenders feel.
Yeah.
But the
And
waterbenders aren't the omnipresent bad guys who need,
No.
plot
But
strength.
everyone should be able to summon their powers on their own. If you have powers in your body in the first place, you should be able to summon them. Like, if we're going to go ahead and make that law, like a law that you have powers, then you should be able to just make them happen. That's stupid.
There should be no rules to fantasy. It should just all be able to do.
Exactly.
I'm reminded of the Stanley Hudson quote from The Office. In make-believe land, you can have whatever you want.
Exactly. Thank you, Stanley.
Okay, well, now that we've gotten on that tangent,
That was a tangent.
Yeah,
Quite.
Sorry. I got angry.
I just had a few more notes I wanted to talk about for this episode. So the Earth Kingdom City, the way they have their powers built into the design of how everything works.
It was beautiful. I really loved the design.
There are a lot of good touches. Every major city is going to be really unique in the series.
Mhm.
Cool.
This was just a taste.
Well, that's good.
Just a taste.
They give you a little bit of world building as a treat.
That is a treat.
How nice.
And also,
Yeah, I'm a fan of the overall art philosophy.
Yeah, it's all very good. I was also going to say another really funny episode. The cabbages are always great. Just one poor man screaming, "My cabbages!"
Yeah, that guy's my soulmate.
And then
Oh, my dear best friend, Catherine, she had told me that to watch out for the cactus juice episode. She says I'll know it when I get to it.
The cactus juice episode? That sounds
You
horrifying.
will know it when you get to it.
Okay, I feel like I'm gonna either love it or hate it.
That is a ways away, though. So
Okay.
don't worry about it for now.
Catherine, I
hope
love
you-
you. Please be on the podcast.
I hope you know that as soon as we get off this, I'm going to scroll through the names of episodes to try to figure out which one the cactus episode is, and then count how far away we are from the cactus episode.
Don't spoil it for yourself.
I'm not going to spoil it. I just want to know when I can anticipate greatness. Apparently.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to predict just based on the episode titles or not.
Really? That
It'll-
makes it even more entertaining.
Yeah, if you do, I'll be greatly impressed. But anyway, my last thing to say about this episode, just another good one at comedy. Since we're moving into more episodic still, we really just get a lot of time to just have some good jokes.
Yeah, the Boomy episode was my favorite of the three.
Now, men, you'll be going on to war soon. Got to be prepared for anything. And then the freeze frame.
Oh, and I accidentally lied. The next episode is my least favorite of the three. Not because it was bad, it just was the least compelling. But I forgot about it, so.
Okay. Well, we can go into that next episode. It is Imprisoned. The gang come across a little village where earthbending is outlawed because it's all under the control of firebenders. We meet Haru, who's an earthbending kid. His dad was taken away by the firebenders, so he's got a little bit of angst surrounding that whole scenario. He and Katara are able to bond over their, family trauma, losing loved ones type of thing. And as they're doing that whole conversation, there's a cave-in at one of the nearby mines. Haru has to use earthbending to save someone's life. Turns out that someone isn't too keen on returning the favor and rats him out to the firebenders.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah. So Katara decides to fake earthbending and join him. Where he's
that was the funniest part.
She does so. She gets onto their rig where nobody can earthbend because there's no earth, and all the earthbenders have lost hope. And even a really inspiring speech from Katara is not able to rally them.
Yeah. Crickets.
So Aang and Sokka get there. They realize that the firebenders have to be burning coal. So they unleash all the coal. The earthbenders are able to bend their way through all of the guards, and they're able to escape.
Wow.
And at the very end, Katara has lost the necklace her mother gave her. And it turns out Zuko, who's still tracking them, has found it. Dun dun dun.
I hope
Just
he gives her
stinger.
back. I hope he gives her back the necklace.
That would be very nice of him if he does.
It would. I hope he does.
He's a garbage boy stink man. He's not gonna.
No, I'm telling you, that man's a teddy bear, and when he turns into a teddy bear, I'm gonna say I told you so. He's not now, but he will be. I feel it. I really do.
So you don't think he's gonna stay a garbage boy sting man?
Nah, it might take a bit, but he will not always be garbage boy Stingman. I am telling you right now, there is an arc there, and he will turn into a teddy bear and join the Aang gang.
He will join the Aang gang. Okay.
I would bet a box of cookie dough on it.
Interesting bet. But this episode was rather light on Zuko. He really only comes in towards the end. The main thrust of it is really the whole Earthbenders have been captured, so let's go rescue them type of deal.
I'm surprised Aang didn't get jealous during this episode.
Honestly, I kind of like they didn't do anything with Katara and Haru.
I felt love chemistry.
Love is stupid. It's overrated. Who needs it?
You're a Haru shipper.
I'm not. Like, actually, Haru kind of got on my nerves. I don't know why. Once again, I have no reason. But
That's an
I felt the chemistry. I didn't want it, but I felt it.
I dropped out for a second. I don't know if you heard me, but I said love is overrated. It's stupid. Who needs it?
Oh, I heard. I agree.
That's a very Jarron take. Well, there was no love stuff in between Katara and Haru.
Yeah, I thought
I'm
it was cool
glad.
that they could just be, friends.
I hope he goes away. I hope he's happy, but he goes away. I don't know why.
I wouldn't mind if he came
Well,
back.
they did leave him, so
Listen, he got on my nerves. I don't know why. He just did. He just did.
He was okay.
He
that's
is annoying.
a weird take. I never had a problem with Haru, so
I don't have a specific problem. I'm just not vibing.
okay. Nora failed to vibe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One person I did vibe with, mostly because he was hamming it up the whole time and loving it, was the fire warden on the ship.
Yes. Was he voiced by George Takei?
I think so. I don't know if
It sounded just like him.
Oh yeah, that was I don't know. There were 3 voice cameos in this episode, and I forgot about it till now. But I don't know the actors' names, but I just recognized 3 voices.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he
It's been a long day. I'm pretty sure it was George Takei.
Yeah, the dad that was imprisoned is someone famous. The warden, and then there was one guard who only had like a line or 2, but I recognized his voice too. The warden was Ricardo on Adventure Time.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was George Takei.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I enjoyed this character. He's one-dimensional, but he's the fun.
He was a lot of fun. I mean, that big, deep voice of his.
They just drop him.
Oh my!
Wow, wait, that was good. Do it again.
Oh my!
Oh my goodness, you're so talented.
That's a solid one.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah. As a kid, I never had a problem with this episode, but I'm noticing now, like as I've rewatched it, this really could have been longer. Like,
yeah,
I feel
not
like
that I mind. I like a good brisk pace.
Yeah, it's just it would have.
I was fine with it being shorter.
It's not bad as is. I feel like you really could have sold the hopelessness of the Earthbender situation more if you just had a little more time, but
yeah,
constraints are constraints.
That's true.
Yeah, if you can make room for other better stuff, I really don't care.
That's true. I don't think they really did convey the hopelessness because you knew it was, but it was almost so short to the point you're like, stop moping around and do something. But it's because you didn't really get.
But at the same time, it's so fast that they stop moping around pretty quickly once the coal gets there.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas, except they weren't naughty.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah. Haru's dad, also pretty cool dude, taking care of everybody in the prison.
Yeah, I don't know where I know his voice from, and it bothered me.
That was veteran voice actor Kevin Michael Richardson. He's in everything.
Okay.
I didn't even have to look it up. I just knew who it was.
That's the voice I recognized, but like I can't remember like what's his name?
Kevin Michael Richardson.
Yeah, we're gonna look that up. I'm gonna figure out what character.
He's been in a whole lot of stuff.
I believe it. There's a lot of character voice actors who just do everything.
Yeah. On that topic, this is a slight tangent. I saw someone on Twitter discussing a petition to get Tom Holland to voice Tails in the Sonic sequel when Tails has already been cast as the original voice actor. And with Scoob happening recently, I haven't seen it yet. I really want to because I love Scooby-Doo. But the new voice for Shaggy, I just don't like because it doesn't sound like Shaggy. They could have gotten.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, apparently a lot of the classic voice actors for Scooby-Doo were pretty hurt by that decision too. They were talking about it on Twitter.
because they recast them with celebrities.
Yeah.
Like Zac Efron's the voice of Fred. I think Amanda Seyfried is Daphne. They could have just gotten the original voice actors. You don't really need those big names.
I mean, hell, the big names could have been like Dick Dastardly and Blue Falcon and stuff, but I guess
Yeah,
not.
totally.
Yeah.
But that's a tangent.
No,
I'm
but
just a big fan of voice actors.
the characters of Scooby-Doo are big enough on their own. You don't need these
Exactly.
big celebrities.
Well, even with this show, none of the characters are voiced by big actors. Like, I mean, if that is George Takei, he shows up in one episode, and that's cool.
Yeah, I like it when celebrities make little cameos like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Cameos are always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of more to say about this episode. Obviously, Katara earthbending.
That was the funniest. With the bad fake acting they do.
I'll show you. Earthbending style. Activate.
Earthbending style. That was
Just
awesome.
like the butterfly.
That
Yeah.
lemur is earthbending. I can't remember the line, but I thought that was funny. And they're like, "It's her, you idiot."
It's clearly the girl.
That's it.
Yeah. Gotta love
This show was good.
10 firebenders. The comedy is pretty much always on point in this series.
Good. Okay, I said this show is good, even though I'm only 6 episodes in. I don't know if I can make that judgment yet, but I like everything I've seen so far.
I can. The show is good. Now, that doesn't mean it could go downhill. I think shows, if they have a good beginning, they're good. And if the first season's good, it's good. But if the second season's not, it just went downhill and it used to be good.
I have a long-standing theory that most shows don't usually stay good after the 3rd season.
It'll be interesting to see if you guys think the show holds up or not. It does only have 3 seasons, so.
Which
I
is
think
fine
it-
by me. My
I
brother
think
and I
it
were
will.
discussing Gravity Falls the other night.
I love Gravity Falls so much.
I love Gravity Falls is literally my favorite television show ever.
Oh my gosh.
That was the first thing you and I talked about, I think.
Was it really?
I'm pretty sure.
I love that show so much. Steven Universe is my all-time favorite, though, but Gravity Falls is like right there with it.
Oh wait, no, it might have been Steven Universe. You were saying something about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that Steven Universe.
That and Over the Garden Wall. I've rewatched it.
Over the Garden Wall is
It's only
freaking...
10 episodes, but I watched it so much.
It is a masterpiece. I love Over the Garden Wall. But anyway, back to the show we were talking about.
Yes, the progenitor of all of them.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
All the series.
As I watch this, I think, all those other shows would probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Were it not for this.
Or it's
So
very, very different.
I see how
represent.
this is like a precedent for all those shows.
It very much is, along with other stuff that came out around the same time, but this was undoubtedly the biggest of all of them.
Yeah. So while I can't 100% decide if it's good yet based on only 6 episodes, I really like what I've seen so far. Also, sorry if I sound stopped up. I think I've got like a cold or sinus infection.
You're good.
It's all good.
It's all Gucci.
It's all Gucci. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this one. It was maybe my least favorite of the 3, but it was still
agree.
fine.
Yeah. In prison, you are the weakest link now.
My rankings for these 3 is this one's 3rd, the one with the goddess, princess, queen, warriors is 2nd,
I
and
really like that one.
and Boomy is 1st because it has Boomy.
Not to spoil anything, not to get spoilers, but does Boomy show up again?
It's interesting. If I confirm or deny this, it is technically a spoiler. I don't know.
I feel
How
like he
fast?
doesn't. I don't know
I'll
why.
say this. He does show up again. I won't say in what capacity.
All right, I'll take
Really?
that.
That's fascinating. I bet he shows up at the end because they get like all the people that Angus helped or whatever, and like they all go against the big fire baddie lord. That's my prediction.
I wouldn't mind that, I suppose.
Oh, Jarron, I wanted to know, did you predict that Boomy was Boomy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not right off the bat. It took me a couple of minutes, but I called it.
Yeah, I didn't. I should have. I just didn't know we were supposed to be guessing who the king was.
Well,
That's-
because he had mentioned Boomy before, when it showed the flashback of him as a kid.
Yeah, I realize it's pretty obvious, but like I was just vibing with the show, enjoying my crazy old man, and I was like, oh wow, by the end.
Yeah.
As a kid, I did not see it coming at all, but I was dumb. So
I loved their little reunion, and that was sweet.
Yeah, I had a moment. I was just like, wow, I really should have picked up on that one.
yeah, and his design as a kid really does look like his old man design. He's got the
Yeah.
same.
And Olivia was right about how people can live long in this universe.
Yeah, I was a little worried when she told you guys that because I'm like, oh, Olivia, that pretty much gives away the Boomy thing.
No, I was good.
It did take me a couple of minutes.
No, I was fine.
Boomy is like 112, which is nuts.
Iconic. Wow. He's almost as old as me.
Well, you are a senior.
I know.
She is a senior now.
Officially, as of today. It's really sad. And I say this, people of the listening audience, because it was our last day of online school as a junior. So we got our yearbooks. This is such a tangent off of what we're talking about, but we got our yearbooks, and I noticed this year that we had the most room for autographs, is what they're called, like, you know, where you sign in the back.
Have
And,
a great summer.
Yeah, they put
I don't know you.
the most room they ever have ever in this yearbook, and none of us could see each other, so I found that ironic. But I'm gonna seek
Man,
everyone
Alanis
out.
Morissette, didn't see that coming.
Sorry, I'm gonna seek everyone out, and I'm gonna make them sign it. So
There you go.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
that's the
carry it
spirit.
with me with a pen, just force it upon people. Be like, write me good wishes. Do it.
Good
One of your friends
wishes.
get trapped in an iceberg, and it takes 100 years before you see him again to get your yearbook signed.
Oof. Future.
What the heck? But anyway, I'm a senior. Woo! I'm
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a
Woohoo.
senior.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We are senior citizens. We value discipline.
There he goes.
So no one can wonder what I was referencing.
Well, I think we've said all we can say on these 3 episodes.
Yeah, they were all pretty good. They ranged from pretty good to actually really great.
Yep, this is the show pretty much settling into its episodic format, and that won't be what it is forever, but
Yeah.
it's certainly
Not
good
that
to
I
get-
very much mind.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely great at comedy. They're great at character. The world's interesting, so it's not a hassle or anything. I'm just saying
No.
this is where we'll be for a bit. So some will be meatier, some will be lighter.
Okay, cool. So I guess the next 3 episodes we start with again.
Yep, there will be a 2-parter in that. So
Oh, cool. Okay.
Wow.
so it's basically just 2 episodes we'll be talking about on the podcast, but
Don't mind.
it's 3 full episodes.
Where?
7, 8, and 9.
Wait, which one's the 2-parter? 8 and 9 or 7 and 8?
7 and 8.
Okay.
Okay. So 7 and 8, 9. 7,
Yeah.
8, 9.
That's how numbers work.
7, 8, 9.
Why did 7, 8, 9?
To get to the other side.
Yeah, 'cause you eat 3 squared meals a day.
Get it
And
to
on
count,
that
'cause-
awful, awful pun, I think we can call it.
That's
Nora,
Yep.
sing us out.
Oh, sorry, that pun. I wasn't ready for that. Anyway, Boomy is the best character other than Appa. And I didn't get to sing last week, but I'm not bitter. Just kidding, I am. Boomy is the best character. And that's all I have to say, because all that matters is Boomy. It should be called Boomy the Last Earthbender. Yes.